sorcerer of the ages, the guardian of ancient secrets, and the voice of the old ways.
Do you think that the stones of Rome, with all their grandeur and might, could blind my sight? Do you believe that because I stand beneath foreign skies, far from the mist-covered hills of our sacred isle, that I am not attuned to the whispers of the wind, the songs of the earth, and the cries of the spirits?
Foolish! My eyes see beyond the limits of mortal men, beyond the walls of Rome, beyond the seas that separate us. Time and distance are mere trifles to me.
Let me show you just how far I can see, and you will understand the true extent of my power. Look around you and see the world as it truly is. But before we can talk of what is, we must first talk about what was. All things that are to occur have origins that birth them. Britain's fate has turned sharply over the past century. Constantine brought peace and knighthood to the land, but he was slain by the treachery of Vortigern. This led to Vortigern's rise and the Saxon threat, as the Saxons saw an opportunity to invade and conquer the land. Vortigern's tyranny sparked a rebellion, and Aurelius Ambrosius restored order, introducing feudalism and knightly warfare. Uther's lust for all that was not his fractured the realm, leaving Britain in chaos and vulnerable to Saxon conquest. The Saxons have seen an opportunity to invade and conquer the land, and they have taken advantage of the situation. It is not just the Saxons who have their eyes on the fractured kingdom of Logres. There are many great warlords who would take advantage of this time of anarchy. Cerdic, the last living son of Vortigern Tyrannus, not of his first wife, but the Saxon Rowena. He is more Saxon invader than person of Britain, and for that the people of this land will reject him. He poses a great threat for Britain, should the Saxon warlords unite behind him. King Idris is as much an invader of Britain as the Saxons. He represents the worst in men, an opportunist who will claim at any cost. He is amongst those who would profess that might is right, and for that I would wish him a swift end, but for the growing concern that his son Prince Mark would be far worse. Nanteleod, the descendant of Vortigern the tyrant, and Vortimer the people's king? Of all the invaders of Logres, he is the most worthy. But most is not to say that he is right as a high king. The land will decide. It always does, for the land and the king are one. None should forget of Lot, a great North king from a line of great North kings. He is without fear, but for that of his deceitful wife Margals. With enough time, he will unite the North against Logres and settle a score that his people have been waiting generations to settle. But are those that still stand in place of a Logres king enough to hold the invaders at bay? It is uncertain. The Saxon invaders are powerful and numerous, and the Angles are also a threat. The land is vulnerable, and it needs a strong leader to defend it. If the land falls, the invaders will not stop until they have conquered all of Britain. Ulfius, the perfect duke, a dear friend to Uther. Despite his disdain for my presence, I can say that it was no fault of Ulfius's counsel that Uther let his nature consume him. I suspect he would run me through if he had the chance. Even so, he remains the barrier that Logres needs from the Saxons and Angles, who press their advance further west. Duke Corneas is one of the rudest and most stubborn of men I have ever met, and it is in these qualities that he defends Logres from the north so successfully. It was a blessing that he did not meet his end when Octa and Eosa sacked Lindsay. I will share a secret with you now. It is what I have seen. It is not in these warlords that the fate of Britain will be decided, but in the caliber of the next High King and the qualities of the knights who stand beside him. The knights of Britain must be strong and loyal, and the High King must be wise and just. If they should falter, so too will the land.
We are back with some Pendragon in Salisbury. The year is 505. We have just seen the aftermath of the Battle of Levcamagus. We will quickly do an introduction here, going from left to right. Thomas, what you got for us?
Hello, my name is Thomas, and I'll be playing Sir Edrich, Marshal of Salisbury, and Castellan of Vagon, and also leader of the House of Winterbourne Stoke. So I'm collecting responsibilities.
Understood. And for those that have joined us, I have thrown on the ad break now because I forgot to do that in the waiting, which is unfortunate. So you're going to miss intros, but if you've been here long enough, you probably don't care as much about that part anyways. So, Mark.
Hello, I'm Mark, aka The Catch Meow, and today I will be playing Sir Florence of Idmiston and Baron of Axe. Loyal servant to definitely Salisbury and not to true loyalty to the King of Cornwall.
Definitely not Cornwall. Yeah. That's Sir Lawrence, and he has a mustache. Otherwise, looks just like Florence. Yeah. Okay. Liam.
Hi, everybody. I'm Liam. I am playing Sir Virgil of Durnford, probably, and we'll see who else. My signal's a little spotty tonight for some reason, so if you lose me at any point, apologies in advance.
Indeed. All right. So, did we determine who it was that died? Was it Edenevet, Gandwy, Robert, or Hwyn? I don't think it was Hwyn, the King's Memory faction.
I have no memory.
Yeah.
I have no memory, period.
I remember Thomas going, "Oh no, wait, who's that?" I remember that part.
Yes, I think it was probably Sir Gandwy, maybe.
Yeah, that's what my instinct is too. So we'll assume that. So he died in the repelling the Saxon forces out of Salisbury and back to Levcamagus. We're gonna check in on Virgil real quick and just verify whether or not you'll be trying to catch up with the army as it marches east. So we've confirmed Florence will.
That is a great question. So, in order to be healthy, what does my hit points have to be at?
Half your max.
Yeah.
Half my max. Okay, so I'm at 16. We get another Sunday, right?
You'll get another Sunday before any warring happens. You might have to ride hard to catch up, but it's not too bad.
And then I get one more squire check, I think.
Okay. Makes sense.
Succeeds. 2, 3. That puts me at 22 out of 34.
So you'll be arriving. So we'll have Florence and Virgil. Maybe you and some of the recovery forces will be coming to reinforce Edrich as he marches further east. But we'll kind of zoom in real quick on each of you, give you a quick vignette, and then we'll move forward. So Edrich, yours is taking place in Levcamagus. You get back to Levcamagus, and you see that Sir Rune is called to speak to Nanteleod. What are your priorities when you first get here? This is after saving your wife.
Indeed, my wife. First priority, I think, not for Edrich, but for his entourage. I would like his squires to roll squire things for my damage, because at the moment I'm one below half.
Yeah, to do that, you will have to spend your time resting, which you might want to do if you got any worry about doing anything later. So
yeah.
Okay.
I think at the moment, Sarun going to see King Nanteleod being called to task. That makes sense. Ran out of formation when the retreat was called. His first priority, he's going to talk to his wife. His second priority, the army.
I think your wife will be with you. In fact, she'll probably give you another first aid test. I have no understanding of how good she is at first aid, so let's find out.
Hey.
Not bad. It's like I can't go with a traditional lady background for a Saxon. I can't go with yeah.
Can't go with the knight because she's a Saxon.
Yeah.
But I think as Edric's wounds are like being bound somewhat, wounds that he accrued in saving her, he's reminded of those the days that he first met her, when he was the captive of the Saxons and she was tending to his wounds, he says. Oslaf, words cannot describe how sorry I am that I was not there when you were captured. When Cynstenian's wife was captured. I don't know what I would have done had I lost you for good.
She looks at you very seriously, and for a second you think she's going to say something romantic, or maybe showing her love for you. But then she shrugs and says, "You are at war."
Yes.
You were doing your duty defending Salisbury. I was defending our land. This is what we do.
I'm glad you understand. The children are safe back in Sarum. And well, I told them as I left that I would return with you, or that you would return. And I am glad I can keep my promise to them. But the war is not yet over. Wessex retreated, and they will regroup, but they will need time to lick their wounds. As will we, to some extent. You are unharmed, are you?
I am.
I am glad.
I believe the other Saxons, they split. I was taken with one force, and while I was bound and blindfolded, I think she was taken with the other.
Given that we have not come across Cynstenian, I have faith in him and the hounds of Virgil. Their tracking ability combined with their force at arms, I believe they will succeed, especially against a divided force. I cannot ask you not to fight, because you are fantastic at it, and it is one of the things that I love about you. But I'm reminded that I can feel fear. More so than vague paranoia at all times. It made me feel alive. I hope this does not happen again, but know that if it does, I will save you, time and again. As I am sure you will do for me, should our positions be reversed.
I've failed you twice that way now. She reminds you of your hostage situations.
Yes, I think that hits him like a javelin to the leg, and he goes, yes. Well, when magic and the Fae are involved, I think there's only so much one can do. But I will bring them low. Yes, I will turn their magical castles into rubble.
She's too used to Edrich, so she's like, focus.
Yes, sorry.
Saxons.
Sorry, my love.
Saxons.
Yes, Saxons. My plan is to
she'll actually call it out more because she herself is a Saxon, so she'll say the East Saxons.
Yes, exactly. He will say, my plan is to have some of the men coalesce in Logres, see what agreements can be reached with those of Nanteleod and Silchester, and from there, I believe if there are plans to march onward, against Wessex or no,
you hear trumpets.
I will join them. It seems it's beginning.
You see as another force is arriving just now. You see the banners of Silchester. You see Sir Ufo at the helm.
I think Edrich will nod to Oslaf and say he still lives. Good. This is the first time in some years, perhaps in a decade, that Logres, such as it is, has been united in this fashion, with a force of arms behind it. We need to seize this momentum. Will you return home?
I believe there will be a lot of cleanup.
There will. As much as Wessex has been bloodied now, there will be raiding.
I will note for Edrich, this will have impact on your winter phase, too. Just as in, yeah. So, okay.
What kind of impact?
You'll see when we get to winter phase. So.
Indeed.
All right. We move next to Florence.
All right.
Florence, why don't you roll me a d10? And then 2d100, sir.
2 and 79 and 51.
My favorite two numbers.
Okay.
Good old reliable 79.
Good old instant and death. Favorite Oracle chart numbers.
You seem to get a lot of those, and yet you keep surviving.
I know, it's weird. This Florence is just lucky.
All right. Let's see. One sec. Yes. I just need to think about it for a second, but I think I'm all good now. You basically are at the point where you feel like you're ready to go. You're eager. You've done what you need to in Sarum. I'm going to leave it to you. Is there anything in particular you want to focus on here?
I think just like there's the brief moment as we see Florence handing off a letter to a rider who immediately rides out from Sarum in the direction of Cornwall. As he kind of turns around and gets his own horse and his own men ready to ride out. Trying to think of what else he would be attempting to achieve, but I think it's very much all business at this point.
Okay. Are you gonna make your way there then? Kind of Lev Kamagus on the Sunday. You're gonna ride out to Lev Kamagus?
Yep.
Are you waiting for the healing? I guess is what I need to know. The weekly healing, is that a requirement before you go?
It's not a requirement.
Okay.
Yeah, he would be fine without it.
Are you going to send out reinforcements early with you? And then Virgil will lead the second wave on the Sunday?
I think that's the plan he'll go with. Again, the main thing he's only bringing upon, like, his own personal knights. The ones that serve along his barony.
Yeah, there are others that go, though.
Yeah.
Other reinforcements from Salisbury, from Earl Robert specifically, are sent along with you. And the ride's gonna go pretty straightforward.
He probably pops home for like a moment to see if his shit is still standing because he hasn't been home in ages.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. You definitely have been raided, but you've defended the siege. So lands are still considered raided for the purposes of Winterface. So crops and stuff are affected, but the actual siege itself was repelled. Which is good, because otherwise you face a worse thing than raid. You face pillaged.
Huge net.
Yeah. Okay, if you have nothing to focus on there, let's keep moving forward.
Good to move on.
All right. Virgil, Liam, give us a D10, D100, please.
I love a D10 and a D100. They're my favorite.
Or 2D100.
Oh shit! Is it 2D100?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I love 2D100. It's my favorite kind of dice. A 92 and a 26.
Okay. As you're riding through, Virgil, you see members of Newton Tony. That's one of the houses between Idmiston and Cholderton. It's been sacked pretty hard, and you see them you see remnants at the place. There isn't much left. It's been burned basically to the ground. It's taken one of the bigger hits out of everything. So you see the men seem to be bringing, or the servants and the knights and such are bringing things to Sarum, bringing supplies and such to Sarum from Newton Tony as you pass on the road heading northeast.
Whose manor does Newton Tony belong to?
I don't think we've really established too much. I think we rolled a random character a session or two ago. Hey, Sir Guy the Wolfsbane. Welcome in, friend. Thanks for the subscription.
Is Erwin present, perhaps?
He's with me, I believe.
Yeah.
With you. Okay. Well, we knew this would happen.
True. Yep. Honestly, it's bound to happen, but it's just one of those things that's a surprise when it's like you're, a nearby neighbor. Like, you're like, oh.
Yeah, you see it, and it's like, oh, yeah. I mean, that was one house away from Florence's house.
Yeah.
What a shame.
And,
what a shame.
Yeah. Both Florence and, you just mentioned him, Erwin. He's right in the middle of the two of them, but both Erwin and Florence defended the siege, and he did not, so.
Pretty unlucky.
Right. Yeah.
What a shame.
Indeed.
What a tragedy. Anyway.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say. That. Yeah. How do I want to do this? I want to do this a little differently because Florence, for whatever reason, you know what? I'm gonna say that you're given orders to, or requested by Lady Ellen, whatever makes more sense, to travel by way of Duplain and verify sort of to border tests basically and make sure that the Saxons aren't wreaking havoc that way. So you're moving through to supply, and that's why you guys are in two different routes here. But Virgil, that's it. Otherwise, it's going to be a straightforward ride in to Levcamagus. So I'll kind of update you when you get there. Florence, you're like 2 days ahead that way, but you're also going to lose a little bit of time as you go from Duplain and then through to the ruins of the old castle just west of it, or just east of it. As you ride through, give me an awareness test.
Oh, I love awareness tests.
Not you, Virgil. We're back to Florence now.
Oh.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah.
Success. Oh, man.
All right. You, as you're riding by, you smell like smoke. You think it's fog at first, and then you smell smoke not too far away.
Yeesh.
Definitely like it's almost like the remnants of a bonfire. There's no structures that you're aware of anywhere near here, so it wouldn't be a castle or anything like that.
I think you'd probably try and find out what it is out of curiosity, but would be very careful about it, as there's a good chance it could be an enemy.
Okay.
So you'd have a quick search around the area. A quick squiz, if you will.
Yep. You come upon the site of a skirmish. Quite a bit of bodies that remain.
Are there any banners left behind? Okay.
Oh yeah. There's tattered banners everywhere. If you want to make a heraldry roll.
Yes, please. Ooh, success. Pretty close.
Okay. Okay. So you see like a funeral pyre kind of scenario, most likely Saxons, and you see banners that suggest that some of Cerdic's men died here. So all you see is ash by those, but there are Kimmery that were just left dead here in this like swampy land. And as you're riding through, you see mostly Silchester banners, but you see a couple of banners that would be noteworthy to you. You see the banners of Statirius.
Oh, interesting. I think it's probably a moment where Florence gets off his horse and kind of looks at this banner, picking it up, narrowing his eyes. Well, he'd kind of wrap it up and store it away on his horse.
Okay. While you're there, you kind of look over and you see a nearby knight as well. And his heraldry looks really familiar. Give me a recognize roll +5.
It's OG Sir Dallin.
It's the real Sir. May the real Sir Dallin please stand up.
I knew it was going to go there. I was just waiting for it to get there. I had a feeling.
Prithee, this looks like a job for thee.
Ooh,
Nice.
cool. I know who this is.
You do indeed. Let me just find him here. One sec. Damn it. You see the Steward of Levcomagus, the corpse of the Steward of Levcomagus.
You weren't far off.
Yeah, I think he'd walk up to him. We'd probably kneel by him and go, "'Tis a shame to lose you, but I'm sure you fought well in the end. May the gates of St. Peter open wide for you are the most deserved of God's soldiers." And with that, he'd close his eyes, and he'd pick up his body and have his body picked up, and is planning to take it back to Levcomagus so it can be returned to his family.
Okay. We will zoom in next back to Edrich. Edrich, you are with Nanteleod and Ufo at this point. I don't know if you've ever met Nanteleod directly, have you?
No,
Yeah.
never in person.
Right, because it was Elaine who escorted you, right? You might. I think you might have met. Yeah, you did. You met him, but like very briefly. You saw him. He was one of the foreign kings that was there when Gorlo's. Yeah, when Gorlo. He was not. He did not end up marrying any of Gorlo's daughters, but he was present.
That's right. So I have seen him.
Yeah, and then he was also present when you went through his lands. I think he hosted you for a single round during your feast crawl when you went out to Wales. Those are the 2 times you've met him. Well, this is effectively a meeting of the generals right now.
Indeed.
Commanders.
I think Edrich looks like he's been fighting for a good while. He is still wearing his mail, battle-worn and bloodied in many cases, but he stands tall and proud, very much the image of a Salisbury knight, as he nods to both of the war leaders. King Nanteleod, Sir Ufo, I am glad we can meet after such a victory.
Nanteleod gives you like a firm nod. Not too much more on him than that. He addresses you, Sir Edrich. Ufo's is quite a bit more friendly. He'll come up and give you the whole shoulder clap thing, handshake equivalent. Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah. Sorry about that. You're still healing.
Do not worry. We are made of sterner stuff.
Yes, indeed.
I am sorry we could not have repelled the original attack, but Wessex came in great force. Now, though, they are bloodied and humbled.
Indeed. It says Duke Ufo. I shouldn't say that. I should say Sir Ufo. Let me correct that.
I was about to say.
Yeah, like,
What
did you
happened to
call
the
his
Duke of
die?
No, he did not. I'll spoil
Died
that.
off screen.
Yeah. Let's fix it. There we go. All right. So Ufo will say, I've spoken to Nanteleod already. I wanted to be sure that you had the opportunity to be offered the same. We ride for Hartford. Essex has readied an army, and we believe they mean to attack us. It's unclear if Kent will join. They're aware of my father's alliance with Sussex. It is that very alliance that meant that King Aele and his men did not join Wessex in port in Salisbury. It might have been a very different
Indeed.
battle otherwise.
I can imagine.
This is what,
So
out of character,
just,
this is what the
sorry.
marriage of Jenna and Ufo
Yeah.
got you, is not shit kicked by a third Saxon group. So,
Exactly. That would have been a nightmare. Edrich will say, if Silchester is threatened by enemy forces, then we are bound by blood and by marriage to aid. We still face a threat with Wessex and Port, but I will listen to your words, King Nanteleod, for indeed we have a chance to strike a great victory.
Nanteleod nods. Sir Ufo says that his father has made his way to Hartford. We mean to reinforce him there. We will run Essex off the battlefield. And if all is good, perhaps we can reclaim Hartford for Logres.
I believe so. And Edric's thinking through it not with the lens of a strategist, but with the lens of like a propagandist and kind of a PR person. Like, if we can win this kind of big battle, if we can push these invaders off, it could mean a good thing for the spirit of Logres as a whole and Salisbury. But drawing it back, he says, Wessex has been bloodied, but it has not been broken. There is a chance, though we have left a number of people in our borders to guard, that Wessex will overwhelm us and begin raiding and pillaging throughout the lands. If we are to do this, we do so at risk. But it is a worthy goal.
Nanteleod nods and says, "From what I hear of Sir Rune's testimony, Wessex was run off the field by you and his men. If that is the case, I suspect they will fall back to lick their wounds, at least for the year. I understand if you must stay in Salisbury. I will not fault you for this."
I think I'd like to make a battle roll to see if, like, they are likely to, because if Edrich were in their shoes, he wouldn't care about his people at all, and he would just go,
Okay.
numbers of the game, kill them all.
Do this for me. Why don't you make a suspicious versus a trusting roll? You get to just roll the one you prefer to roll, and then if you succeed at that, you don't test the other.
I'm gonna go with trusting first.
Okay. Okay, make a
Failure on
suspicious
trusting.
roll.
Success.
Okay. You can tick suspicious. Make a battle roll minus 10.
Let's do it. Let me quickly.
Can't believe Gwygon's dead.
Still a success.
Despite your reservations for the worst case scenario, you do feel like with Duplain continuing to hold beyond a skeleton crew and Sarum unharmed, at best they could raid you this year. There is a risk, but as far as most of the major Saxon armies, they're mostly accounted for. Sussex is held to an alliance and has not moved. Wessex and Port were sent backwards. Kent is the unknown, but they are still holding London and are probably defending that. Anglia really hasn't made any moves since they got kind of shit kicked by the other Saxons, right?
Yeah, curb stomped by a combination of the rest of the Saxons.
Yeah. And then Essex is the one that's put an army out and is marching into Anglia or Angles land, so in Hartford.
I think Edrich goes through that list with a success on suspicion. He is like, well, of course he'd say that. What am I thinking of? Running through the list of all of the armies, he will slowly nod, because worst case scenario, Wessex attacks and raids, but best case scenario, we manage to wipe out an entire Saxon kingdom and splinter a bunch of the threats facing the island. So Edrich will nod and say, "I am the Marshal of Salisbury, and with their armies is where I will be. We shall join you, and you, Sir Ufo, on this march, and we shall do our best to rid this island of invaders. Though, I will be having reinforcements coming, and I would not say no to a few days' rest. For the horses, you see. But we're ready to march whenever you deem it worthy."
Okay. You receive more reports in, too, that Cornwall has committed to Summerland this year already and has started to advance further north.
In that case, we've got to get this done now.
So, moving through Levkamagus, I will get... You know what? No, because it's Virgil. It'd be different, I think, if it was Dallin or Perin even. But I don't know if Virgil would care that much about Gwygon, right? So there's no sense to emphasize that
Virgil, correct.
Yeah.
Dallin, I think, would be pretty heartbroken. Gwygon was Dallin's favorite squire that they ever had, so definitely gonna hurt her feelings. But Virgil doesn't care about that guy beyond the another knight that fell valiantly, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So with that, I don't think we'll zoom in on that mark unless you really want to, like that scene. We'll just kind of have you guys, because you're not going to meet. The army's going to march before you reach Lev Comagus.
Right. Yeah, so I think, then not much of a need. The main thing with Sir Graydon, he would have him return there and return to his family and make sure he gets a proper burial and all.
Yeah, that's cool. For doing that, tick generous.
Yep.
And yeah, I think that's good for now. Tick generous. Yeah.
She's pretty generous.
Okay. The family's really thankful, though. I think that's what it comes down to. You find out that they meant to respond to reports of the Saxons, only to be met by the Saxons on the battlefield at an inoptimal position. So they fought to their death and left Comagus basically wide open as an unfortunate result. A fumbled battle roll. So, that was Satirius too. He doesn't fumble very easily. So, why don't we give Virgil and Florence, give me an energetic test and a hunting roll. Just don't fumble the hunting roll. Yeah.
Don't fumble.
Energetic success. Don't fumble.
Don't fumble.
Hunting. I'm guessing I don't have my hunting dogs with me, so I don't get a bonus.
No, you'd have no reason to. They would be problematic on a... Yeah, it's okay. Like I said, you're going through Silchester, not Savage, so you're good.
Yeah.
And do we get Virgil to do the same, Liam?
Sure. Energetic and hunting. Beep. That's a success on
Same
energetic.
number.
And hunting. Bop.
Hey, look at that.
Nice.
Yeah, I show up before you.
Yeah. We'll say Florence loses a day, and the two of you actually you're like contingents because you both have Salisbury reinforcements on top of your own personal men. You two end up. Virgil catches up with Florence. The two of you end up moving into Staines at the same time as you make your way closer to the eastern battlefront.
Florence would hail down Virgil as he sees his contingency and presumably his heraldry as well.
I think Virgil will ride forward a little bit, and you're still here.
Yes. Unlike you, I had to take the long way around.
I wanted to... I don't... My reservations about you were... They still hold true. And I imagine we'll still likely oppose each other in court, but I wanted to say that I apologize if I've ever implied that you were a coward.
If you did, you are not the first. And I hold no blame to you. Know that. I do have respect for you, Sir Virgil, though I don't often show it. I respect your bravery, your valor. You are quite possibly one of the greatest knights we have. Just that. I have personal disagreements with your view of the world. But as I said, it's personal. Professionally, probably one of the greatest knights I've ever known.
If you think flattery is going to... I saw you fighting for your home, if not for Salisbury. For all the resistance I may throw at you, I will never forget that.
is appreciated. And I will say flattery is my greatest of weapons. Say I'm good with the spear, but I find I'm better with words.
Well, it's a shame. You might not have gotten hurt so bad then.
Oh. Well, you are certainly one who has a wit as sharp as I. Though
If you
perhaps
say
your
so.
blade is sharper.
We've lost a lot of knights.
Yes, we have. A lot of people I would call friends. But it's
Do
not the
you-
first time.
Do you believe in God, Florence?
I believe God is out there. I believe he has a plan. And sometimes it can be confusing. Maybe we're not really supposed to know it. But I know in my heart what matters. What matters to me. I believe perhaps that's what would matter to God as well. In truth, all we have is the teachings of his son. We don't really know anything about the big man himself.
Well, let's hope that our victory and our losses were in his plan. And that he's looking out for us. Because we've made the steps that we can now. It'll be out of our hands whether or not Salisbury survives this crisis.
That is true. Well then, we must do all we can. After all, just because God may have a plan, doesn't mean we can't use our own free will to commit whatever we can. Sure, people we care about are safe. And the land we have sworn to is safe.
We should keep moving.
Quite.
Virgil's able to find the one difficult point through. There's like one part of the road that's overgrown in forest path. You both would recognize this as where Eosa ambushed you all those years ago.
I think Florence would mention that. He'd be like, and this is where we found the giant. I remember that battle almost like it was yesterday. I did want to be the one to kill him, but I think it is fair enough that Edrich got it.
He's always been a glory hound in that regard, hasn't he?
That is true, whether he knows it or not. They say there's a fine line between bravery and suicidal. And I often think he walks it more than he knows. But he does it for good reason. He does so with a good heart.
That's debatable. But I will say that you and I are in agreement about Edric's unsustainability. He's pushing himself harder and harder while his body's getting weaker and weaker. Sooner or later, he's going to have to realize that he's worth more alive than he is as a corpse. Regardless of what shape that takes.
That is true enough. I dare say it's the curses of age that gets him more than anything. Perhaps a few old war wounds as well.
All right. Let's continue forward then. Good stuff, guys. Make sure you tick hunting, Virgil, and you both tick energetic for that.
I love ticking hunting. Energetic is already ticked for me.
All right. We're going to switch over to the other map, or rather show the map.
I love showing the map.
Okay.
Praetor Jonathan?
Yep.
His name is Jonathan?
Yep. He's been on the map
I'm
for a
gonna
while.
kick that guy's ass. I don't know who he is.
All right, so you guys continue on through the forest where you're talking about Iosa, past Staines. You continue following your checks where you're told that Ufo and Nanteleod and Edrich continue to march towards Hartford. Eventually, you make your way into Hartford proper, and it's here, like I'm going to say, just about maybe an hour or two after Edrich arrives, the two of you arrive.
Oh, do I get Squire healing or no rest?
If you've already had each of your wounds looked after once, there will be no more Squire healing.
Got you.
That's how it
In
works.
that case, I'm done with the wife.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
As the banners... Oh, sorry, you go.
No, go ahead.
As the banners of Salisbury continue to come in and kind of clump together, it is clear that Edrich is scanning the banners and the faces of the people who have been coming to reinforce him, looking specifically for the people he knows best. I think his eyes, like that of an eagle, alight on Sir Virgil and Baron Florence. And his horse kind of goes up in a canter to meet with them as the rest of the army goes forth. Sir Virgil, Sir Florence, it's good to see you both again.
Seems you haven't been betrayed by the new king.
No, not as yet anyway, but I don't expect it's going to occur. We now have a united purpose, while Wessex goes and licks its wounds and takes what victories it can. We are to wipe Essex clean, as best as we can.
Why, sir? Quite a challenge that we're wishing to achieve. What kind of time frame has King Nanteleod given us?
I am uncertain. I cannot imagine we can commit our people for, well, more than until the winter. But it will take some time. That said, I do not believe it out of our grasp. This is the largest mixed unit operation that has happened in Logres for some time. Between Silchester, the armies of Nanteleod, the armies of Escavalon, he would say, and ourselves. We can strike not a blow against our enemies only, but a blow for unity.
This army rivals the size of your invasion of Cornwall.
Indeed.
Yeah. So all of you were there for that. You've not seen a battle this size then in over 10 years. Or muster this size. Anything you want to do with this?
Oops, say again?
Oh. Nanteleod's got friends.
It almost feels like the old days.
That it does.
Well then, probably prepare for battle. I do not think we'll be long before we march.
At this point, news trickles down to Edrich and then down through Edrich to you all that King Acewine and his armies have taken the town of Royston, just north of you. Now this is Angle's land, but it's clear the Angles don't spend a lot of time this far away from what would be their center, like Norwich and such. You know, this is on the border. This is Royston, in fact, I believe, is Hartland area, not too far from Humble Creek.
Indeed.
The orders are that upon the morning, you'll be marching to Royston.
This sounds acceptable.
I'm going to take that back because I'm just mixing up something and I want it to mesh well together. You receive news. You've only been in Hartford for a couple of hours. There is no sign of Ulfius here. You receive news that Ulfius has marched to try and contest Royston before King Acewine can take it. And so you won't be waiting until until the morning. You'll be marching to try and reinforce Ulfius before he's overwhelmed off the field.
In that case, there is no time to lose.
Now then, shall we ride?
That we shall. It's good to have an army perhaps larger than our immediate circle of acquaintances.
You mean to have an army?
Yes. He will like, for a brief moment it's like, no, I can defend Salisbury, and then he who knows the army of Salisbury is like less than 120 people, like, yes.
It's like, fine, you got me. Is there anything anyone wants to do before we make our way to Royston?
I think there'll just be a brief moment where Edrich looks to the two of them and says, Your men and indeed your countrymen have served me well, but I found myself... The battle lacked something with the two of you absent. I hope that together the three of us can carve our way into our enemies, and to do it together.
So it shall be.
Okay. We are going to take a brief break there because I don't want to call a break during battle, and it's almost 9 right now. So we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, play some ads, and then we'll be back with you in a minute.
I am a nobody, a bastard, and I will make sure that I will create no bastard by my name.
Because I, for better or for worse, whether I like it or not, I am no longer a maiden. I am a knight, and I hold true to that.
You protected more than that. You stood by me when others might have let my mistakes be all I really was. You helped me. You saved me. And I'm sorry I couldn't repay that favor 10 times over.
I find it offensive that they do not consider my father the clear and rightful heir.
All right. We are entering the Battle of Royston. We will assume that you are under Salisbury's units, which will act like its own general for the purposes of tonight. Just because otherwise it's all pre-rolled and that would be boring. So why don't we get you, Edrich, to make your battle roll?
Absolutely. I think I might try and front load things and get out of the gate swinging as best I can. I would like to activate a passion.
Okay.
Acting in the name of my house and my family, I come back alive, and I want to do what is best for this friend. Oh. Let's battle it. 16.
Okay. So there is a call for the first charge. You can see the banners ahead of Ulvius, clearly outnumbered given just the banners and sheer sizes. Royston is a town with makeshift walls that really will mean very little compared to like a proper castle. Something that you'll have no problem entering, especially because it looks contested on the inside to begin with.
Indeed.
Now, the way first charges work is you're either heavily engaged or you're reserved. There's no middle ground. You're either part of the first charge or you're not part of the first charge. So I need to know, Edrich, if you're going to hold back any of your men from going to the first charge line, and if you yourself will be joining the first charge or not.
I really want to join the first charge, but it's not a good idea.
A metal gauntlet claps around your shoulder.
I know.
I think it's just like Florence on one side, Virgil on the other, as we just push Edrich back as we step forward.
Yes, exactly.
But Edrich will say, yes, you're right. All those who wish the glory of a first charge, now is the time, when they are pinned between them and the walls. Go forth and win glory for Salisbury, and I will be here, guiding
Tell you what. First person of the horses, or last person of the horses has to stay and can't do the charge.
I'm
1, 2, 3,
already
go.
on the horses. Let's go.
Foot race to him. Let's go.
Race. Yeah.
Don't do this to me while I'm exaltedly passionate. But yes, he will not be in the first charge. He will be reserved.
Okay. And then, so first charge for Virgil and for Florence? Are you?
Yep.
Okay, because your options are heavily engage with the first charge or stay reserved with Edrich. There is no middle ground in the first charge.
First charge.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think we're both first charge, and then after that, Virgil's planning on backing off.
Okay.
Florence is a man of valor. Getting in there. Get that bread.
I hate you all.
All right. I will take battle rolls from the other two now.
Calling upon his honor. Success.
I'll also call upon my honor. Success.
Oh, 19! You were so close!
Yes, very close indeed.
13.
In fact, it would have been a crit if you hadn't impassioned.
No, God damn it.
Yes, it would have. 17 on 17.
That's how it works. Then Edrich, you rolled 16, right? In reserve?
That's right. Or at least that was for the first battle, if it still counts, yeah.
All right, Edrich. Exciting news. You have 2 dice of damage coming your way, which can't harm you. and you get five glory. That is your reserved round. Yeah.
Wish I didn't impassion myself now.
Did you tick prudent?
So,
I feel like you need to tick prudent.
I probably do need to tick prudent. My prudent is 7 at the moment. I think he's buzzing with patriotic fervor, and he was just like, oh, no, wait. I'm the marshal.
He goes into melancholy.
Man, kicks a rock.
Right?
The rock falls over.
Why don't I get to die with the other knights?
Is that thing where like it's like the guy who wants to be in management so bad, and you're like, but now I can't do the things I want to do. It's like, man, you shouldn't have joined management. Maybe during Arthur's day that'll change a little bit. We'll see.
Well, during Arthur's day, I'm gonna be 50, 60, so
Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, we start with Virgil first. You have an Oracle opportunity, sir. So I need 2d100.
I love 2d100. Bam, bam.
79
That's
and 1.
a 1 and a 79.
Okay. You see a scenario where UFO. No, because UFO would still be back. We'll say like Ulfius's men and such. Hold on, give me 1 sec. I'll make this interesting.
All the king's horses and all of the king's men.
Yeah.
Couldn't put UFO together. Oh no.
You see that one of the makeshift palisades they have set up, there are actually some skilled archers, and they start bearing down on your men. You have an opportunity, if you want, to get up there in the palisades and start killing the archers, and aiding those that charge beside you, if you wish.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking this is going to be one of those fancy. So this is going to be 2 rolled. First off, I think you're going to have to get up there quickly, and I think this involves a bit of a stunt, something we don't do very often here. So I'm thinking this starts with a horsemanship roll, and then a dex roll for your landing. You can keep your honor bonus. I think you're going to climb up onto the horse in kind of a stunt fashion, and then jump onto the palisades.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. You land on your feet, and you see one of the archers right in front of you. Go ahead and give me your weapon roll. With remember your bonus.
Die, knave. Am I getting horse bonus too, or just no? Because I'm on my horse.
Yeah.
You're no.
Yeah.
You have your horse up on the palisade.
Yeah. So cinematically, this is like a wave of archers, and you just start like cutting through them. They're all like panicking. So you get the 20 glory from that. You also get 15 glory for the Oracle opportunity, and you only face 4 dice of damage from the collateral damage, and it doesn't beat your shield. So
like shield and armor.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So yeah, that comes with kind of the heroic idea of like getting up there, and then you busying the archers means that they can't just bear down on your men. So all right, that brings us to Florence. Florence, you see that Ulfius is being sort of overwhelmed and swarmed. You see one side of the Nanteleod's men kind of speed up to go fight against that and to aid Ulfius. Do you want to commit to the same thing? It'll mean having to go 2 versus 1 against these Saxons.
Yep. He's able to do that.
Okay. All right. I will warn you that your charge bonus will only work against one of the 2 opponents, though your horse bonus will apply to both if it applies to both, if you know what I mean.
If it applies,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I am still impassioned, so I should be alright, probably. Let's see. What do you want me to roll first? Or
Well,
do we need
we'll
to roll?
do your opponents first. Opponent 1.
Yep.
Edhild with a great spear, of course.
Ooh, great spear.
And Oswulf with a sword. Now, some of these people have horses. So I'm going to see 15 or above, they have a horse. He has a horse. He has a charger.
Yeah, a good horse.
Yeah. So you end up in an inoptimal situation. Yeah.
I'm going to charge the guy with the great spear first.
Okay.
Crashing.
So
Yeah,
you still get your
Wesley.
charge bonus. You don't get your height bonus.
Orc bonus. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a plus 10. Lance roll.
I will impassion to these guys because, I mean, they ought to. You crit. He does not. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Horse damage. And then crit bonus.
Wow.
Oh, that was a low roll.
Those are low
25.
rolls. 25 might still knock him down. Let's see. His size is only 15, so he needs to make a dex roll. He fails, so he's on his ass. So he's considered like, this is just an encounter. You don't actually have to duel these guys. You just have to make it through one exchange. You're trying to buy him time. All right, so then we move to Oswulf.
He runs down this guy. I imagine the spear snaps as he grabs his spare spear and then swings around to attack with the other one. The guy with the source. With the horse.
Okay. Well, good news for you. He does not get his... He's not impassioned.
All right.
He failed. But he's only got a 15, so he's...
plus 5 to this. Critical.
That's what you needed.
Right. 80. Oh my god, a 9.
Yeah, well, he failed, so he doesn't get his shield, which is good.
27.
That's not a lot of damage overall.
No, it's pretty low.
I mean, 22 overall is still pretty good because he didn't block with the shield.
Yeah. There's 3 ones. 4 ones in total, but he is.
Alright, he's gonna make a horsemanship roll. Oh. Accidentally hit save command. There we go. 1, 2. I'm gonna assume this guy can actually ride. Just because they
If
wouldn't
he's
give
a
him a
Gwessi,
charger.
probably.
Yes, he's from Wessex, so he probably is a Gwessi, actually. Yeah. Wow. Okay, he does stay up because it doesn't double his damage, or double his size. But you said 25 total, is that correct?
27. I guess.
Oh wow, okay. 34. Yeah, he falls unconscious anyways, actually. So his conscious score is 7, so he falls over. All right, so you've defeated them both. 15 and 10 glory, plus 25 glory.
Plus for the criticals, which would be...
Yeah, I'll count crits separately all the time, but you get 50 glory for that exchange.
Yeah. 26.
I know. I've been adding them.
Cool. Cheers.
Yeah, on top of that, I didn't even get to the major wound test. I was just testing to see if he hit his unconscious score before the major wound, which he did. So, bye-bye. Okay. All right, so you and the forces from Nanteleod's that rushed in end up freeing Ulfius and allowing him to kind of retreat back to engaged, getting him out of a death scenario, basically.
The danger zone.
Yep. You face 3 dice of damage, sir.
That's not too bad.
Not enough through your armor. No, you rolled high enough on the chart. Better battle, the better the reduction of dice even when heavily engaged. Okay.
All right.
We move to another round.
I love another round. You killing? Can I kill? Is it my turn? Do I get to kill?
We have yet to determine that. Edrich, in this turn, you'll be acting a little bit less like a general, and you'll just be rolling for your own battle in this case. I need to know how you all intend to place. You can only move one position forward or back on things unless you succeed at a battle roll. Right. So, for example, let's say Virgil was really wounded last turn or whatever, and he's like, I want to go to disengage now. You'd have to succeed at a battle roll to get all the way back to disengaged. Otherwise, the best you could do is go back one to engage.
Yeah, I don't see Virgil stepping out of the fight, period.
Yeah.
But I do see him stepping back a little bit.
To engaged?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. What about...
I see my... Oh, sorry, you go.
What about Florence? Staying heavily engaged, or...
Yeah, Florence is going to risk it. He's going to stay heavily engaged for this round.
Edrich.
I am going to move to engaged.
Okay, you need to succeed at a battle test. Greater than the intensity, so you need a total of 12 to do so.
Let's see what we can do. I would like to impassion myself for the round, invoking my loyalty lord. No, tell you what. Let's do... Nah, loyalty lord. See how it goes. Failure. Let's roll some battle. 9. I don't beat that, so I can only move forward 1.
Yeah, so you move to disengaged. Which still has some opportunities in it, so if you roll high enough on the battle.
Indeed.
But, yeah, I need to determine whether or not when you do the Tides of Battle... Yeah, we'll treat it as a separate battle roll from this point forward. So all three of you can make your battle rolls now to see where you land on the chart.
Let's do it. That's more like it. 18.
Gonna call upon loyalty, sword of victory.
Yeah, Virgil slaughtered the archers, so they can't snipe Edrich. It's true.
Yeah. Alright, just +5.
My special little guy.
I'm that. Release me.
14.
Let me at him.
All right, Virgil, you gotta roll your battle when you're ready here.
Oh, that's right. Zing.
$14. And Mark got a 14 as well.
14.
But in a different snare.
Side by side, back to back, on different ends of the battlefield.
Ethelhard.
What did you
Edrich, my friend.
Me.
As you move up and you get to like the palisades, you see a rider, a contingent of riders that crash into your riders as well. There is a large Saxon with a battle axe that looks like he wants your head. This is a duel situation, and in this case you have no choice. This is a last stand for them.
That's good. Yeah,
Are you
I think an
impassioned?
18 battle is a good duel. No, I am not impassioned. I failed.
All right, sir. When you are ready.
Let's get to it. So he is a rider, and he's got a battle axe. So my horse bonus wouldn't apply.
Correct.
Let's do this. Still a crit.
That's what you wanted. All right. You see him coming, and you turn and you manage to slash with your blade. Let's see how this goes.
Indeed. 15 plus 8. That's a bad roll.
Yeah. He does have a shield
That
too.
is indeed 23.
Okay. That's still higher than his size, but he stays up. Now 23 minus 11 takes 12 wounds.
Indeed. I think as he's coming towards him amongst the clamour and the clatter of battle, Edrich will say in reply to his scream of battle, "Ah, yourself." Honestly, these people.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this will continue. We're gonna continue this fight here for you.
Absolutely.
Takes 12 wounds. This is con 15. Let's track this. He's still in pretty decent shape. He turns to you and he's like, "Ah!"
Quite so. I believe we've established this. Ah, yourself.
Yeah. Once again, you're making light work of him.
That's more like it. That's more like it. 38 damage.
Yeah, he's probably 38 is that double his size?
It
36. Yep.
is.
So he's on his ass. He's dead. Yeah, you just run him through.
Indeed.
All right.
The first attack, block with the shield and make a slicing blow against him, but he is fast and he is big. So the second time, I think, using the momentum of the horse and just twisting in a way that will hurt his spine later. Right through the throat.
Okay, you get 20 glory for that duel.
Very nice.
You take 2 dice of damage, which can't hurt you. So.
Indeed.
And then I should really turn that to like a 3d6 or something in the future. Something to note, because there's no sense in writing 2d6. I guess there is if you don't have a shield. Yeah. Actually, that was why I came up with it. Yeah. Oh, or if you don't use
fight
one.
With like a great sword or a great hammer.
Great spear, any great. Okay.
Great.
So yeah, you get 20 glory because it went 2 rounds. He wasn't that nasty of an opponent, so.
Very nice.
Yep. And just to clarify, I will always try to impassion if you try to impassion. That's the rule.
Indeed.
It's not whether or not you're successful. It's a matter
succeed or not.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Even unimpassioned, Edrich is a formidable warrior.
Indeed. All right. That brings us to 13 to 15. Virgil, are you back on your horse at this point? And as we skip forward? Okay, makes sense. You have an encounter. This is just a run round against this person. Are you impassioned, sir? Or no, you didn't roll a passion.
I did not impassion this round.
Okay. Do you plan to?
No. Especially not against Mr. 15 there.
And he has no horse, so this is a regular battle axe wheeling, so you get a +5 and he gets a -5.
This guy's so racist. He's wasted in, well, a battle. He should be in politics.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that would have crit if he didn't have a -5. So luckily he's not on a horse. If he was on a horse, that would have crit. Yeah.
That could have killed me.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead and give me your... Damn, that's a nasty hit.
Ooh, that's a decent amount of damage for once from Virgil.
Indeed. 5s and 6s.
Okay. I think...
Turkey 2.
Oh wait, he failed outright, so he doesn't get his shield.
Correct.
Yeah, he's in bad shape. Maybe dead. So 32 minus 23's got to roll under a 9 not to fall unconscious from the major wound. He does so though.
He's not gonna last long in his next fight. Whoever he fights, though.
Well, he might even just drop still. So that was just does he do that, and then there's his unconscious score, which is 32 divided by 5, 7. He's gonna stand up, but also he has to make a dex roll. Last but not least, and he doesn't do so, so he falls on his ass. So that gives Virgil the full 10 glory for that opponent, and then 10 glory for the encounter, so 20 glory total. You face 3d6 damage, not enough to breach your shield, and you are successful. Okay. Florence, as you fight towards the front, you all hear the sound of retreat, the horns of retreat. Florence, you have a duel with Cone Walk of the Angles. He has a horse.
Alright.
Are you impassioned?
He is, in fact, impassioned.
Okay, and so is he, but his sword sucks, so you do have that advantage.
He has a low sword.
Yeah, that's a really bad roll. I can't remember what the yeah, he rolled 2 1s, and then I gave them a base of 2, right? Because they're just not. Listen, your everyday Saxon isn't necessarily as good as your everyday Kimry. It's just that there's a lot of them, so.
We spend a lot more time training to be knights. There's just a shit ton of that.
Exactly. I should clarify the knights specifically. Their average Saxon versus your average like commoner. Yeah, no, they're no comparison.
They're all warriors. Our commoners are not.
That said, this guy's got a Valorous of 19 and a Hate Britons of 18, so he's like their mascot. He's like their little, he's their little guy. He's the one who's like, we're gonna win.
You know, he's probably like 20 or 21. You know what I mean? Like, this is like Edrich at Mercury Creek level. Yeah.
Alright, if you give him a major wound, he'll come back as someone with sword 27.
And he fails.
If he survives.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I don't expect he's going to survive.
You do not get your horse damage there. Yeah.
No, but I do get my crit. Oh my god.
Wow. These rolls.
He's rolling badly.
23 total.
Luck tonight.
So it'll be 18 after, but it's higher than his size.
And his con.
So we test and his con? Yeah, it is higher than his con. So let's see. Hold on. So you get 23 and he only absorbs 5, so he took 18. 31 minus 18. He only has 13 left, so he has to make a con roll. Or no, he has to beat a 13. Which he does. Yeah. And now we see if we'll see if he falls on his ass. He does. Not only does he fall on his ass, he falls on one of the makeshift, what do you call like the spikes when they're anti-cavalry?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he falls and basically just impales himself right on that, and he is no more. The fumbles are real, friends. So an extra 10 damage, no armor, just he's dead. Yeah. All right. There goes Cone Walsh over the Angles. We knew him so little. All right, that counts as a duel. It was pretty meager one. He had a pretty meager glory. That's at best is going to be 15 glory. So,
what a charming guy, though. You know,
the candle that burns twice as bright burns half as long.
Still a 27 glory for Florence, not counting the crits. So
27.
all right. The army led by the Essex units are being run off the field in Royston. You haven't seen something this decisive in a long time.
It's really good for Edric's own morale to see a victory that isn't a brutal, bloody slog.
Mm-hmm. I imagine all of Logres is feeling that right now, honestly.
Yeah, and for you old vets, you remember the last good feeling. I don't know if it makes you, if it fills you with it. Depends on whether you're optimistic or not, because the last time you felt this way was the Battle of Lindsay. And that only lasted so long before Uther fucked that up.
Didn't even last a day.
Yeah,
Not even 24 hours.
Yeah, it lasted till the feast, exactly. So, yeah. Okay. Anyone take any wounds there? I think you all went woundless.
I think so.
I don't know if you rolled for the wounds. For the damage.
Oh, for collateral damage for you. That's right.
Yeah.
That's only 3. Let's see.
That's not too bad. There's a high chance of... Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
No, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
The immediate vibe here is like overwhelming. Everyone's, feeling the immediate success here. And it's just about then that you see banners coming from the north.
Can we tell what banners they are?
Are they friendly banners?
Heraldry roll.
Virgil's squinting at them. But he makes it out!
I make it out too?
You see the banners of Duke Corneus.
Oh, that's good.
Good.
Well, he's a personally unpleasant man, but that's good for us.
It's probably good.
He joins the angle.
Right. When he arrives, there doesn't seem to be a lot of shock here. Give me an intrigue test.
Ooh.
Edric's busy.
Success.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fumble.
No, Edric, test suspicious plus 10, please.
Absolutely. This bastard. What's he up to?
This guy again.
That is an incredibly low roll. But 11.
How's that possible? Plus 10?
No, I've got a 13 suspicion.
Oh, right.
So
right.
adding a plus 10 just
You
adds
rolled a
plus
1.
3 to the yeah.
Okay. That's fair. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you're a little skeptical about this. Specifically, I think from Nanteleod, because you're not 100% certain about him yet. When Corneus arrives with his men, you can tell immediately that this is planned. When Corneus arrives, there's sort of like this artificial surprise announcement, but you can tell that this is likely orchestrated. You know that Corneus has already fallen into an alliance with Nanteleod previously. So as they all meet and the army's reinforced,
Edric's already thinking, yes, this is a publicity stunt. We already knew they were working together. This is just to capitalize on the morale from the others. They're doing it in such a ham-fisted, obvious way. I think he's definitely refactoring his idea of Nanteleod, being like, not only is he a strategist, he thinks like me. He is a career politician. And what deal did they make with King Lot to have Duke Corneus come down here? But he says very little of this. Instead, as the men are cheering, kind of glowering over at that.
Indeed. There are a few Salisbury knights that pass here. The main one of note is Sir Kibno. Passes.
No.
That would be Perin's old sire. Yeah.
No.
The House of Durnford are losing a lot of acquaintances.
To be fair, they had a lot of acquaintances.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, a lot of
All
acquaintances
mine
to
are
lose.
dead.
Look, man. Durnford is a death magnet, apparently. We might as well change our standard to just a skull and crossbones.
To a gravestone.
There's a brief exchange between the two dukes and the king. Edrich, make a modest or proud test, your choice, because you're not welcomed into the little party here with the other commanders.
Yes, with the nobles. There's a failure.
Okay, test proud.
That's right.
Please fail this as well.
Well,
This is the worst outcome.
It is, because this isn't your standard minor little thing. This is being snubbed by lords. I need you to make a d4 roll.
Oh no. 2.
Your proud is now 9. Your modest is now 11.
Oh, that hurts. But yes, I think Edrich, like, keeping that in mind, he's fuming a little bit. He's not going to make any big thing of it, because he's not like, it was a big jump, but it's not an insane jump, and he is more modest than he is proud still. But he is sensing conspiracy on the air. That same low-grade paranoia that's always burning. He's like, why don't they want me there? Is this just a meeting of nobles? Or are they making battle plans to involve Salisbury to hit the brunt of the fighting?
As
yeah, man.
let's see. It's gonna be. I think I know exactly who this is gonna be. Let's see here. Yeah, we're gonna go with Florence. You see an older knight who approaches you. It takes you a second. You can make a heraldry roll. He's coming from Cornelius's armies.
That is a fumble on heraldry.
Yeah.
I'm getting my fumbles out of the way now.
Did I say Edrich? I think it was just Florence.
Oh, gotcha, never mind.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing another fumble. It'd be fun.
It's a wasted fumble. I like to save them for important things.
No, good. I like this.
You see him. You haven't seen him since he wounded Uther, right around that time. See Sir Argan.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Oh. Florence frowns. Sir Argan?
Baron Florence. It's said with a tone that seems to suggest amusement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm surprised you're here and not Summerland.
No, I'm much more one that, a better diplomat than a conqueror. I leave that to my king.
your king should fear Nanteleod. I've seen him fight.
Is that so? Do you swear fealty to King Nanteleod? Perhaps you're planning to cut him down in a duel as well.
He smiles. My days of dueling are over. I ride here with Corneus because I was driven from Uther's shame. You recall the castle being named Uther's shame after he was given the king's ransom to build it. This, in a sense, would almost make him more like a baron, really, albeit probably not over a major
baron
place
in all
like the
but
Axe.
title.
Yeah.
I think also because he wasn't given it by a king.
Technically.
Well, yeah, you guess.
Yeah. Through ransom.
He
Sure.
took the
Point of
king
view.
until it fell out.
Yeah.
What do I owe the pleasure? I assume you're here for a reason.
Will you be riding with us?
Depends where you ride to. If it is upon Essex, we have sworn ourselves as part of this conflict.
He nods. And like right around that point, you all hear Nanteleod speak. Or Nanteleod's herald speak. We pursue the enemy. We make for Cambridge.
He nods. And then he would say, Sir Argan, please do send to the king confirmation that Salisbury will march along with him, and, of course, that we do so gladly.
And we're gonna give Virgil an awareness test. I want to see if he's just kind of overhearing this. Could be interesting.
Oh, good, because I'm glad you picked up that there might be some hinky thoughts there. But
give me an
of course,
intrigue
blinded to
test.
that. Oh, good. Thank you.
Glad
if we
this is
take that
happening
first-
outside of battle.
God
If
damn
we
it.
take that first roll, it would have been a crit.
The first roll? What?
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause I
13
rolled a-
was on
Oh,
the intro.
13.
If I rolled
13.
awareness,
Yeah.
Swap them around.
Here's what we'll say, Virgil. You can still listen in. You'll just be super obvious if you are. You're not dropping no eaves very, very carefully. So
yeah. I don't know. I don't know if Virgil does have anything to say. Like, here's the thing. I think he's got things to say, but none of it has to do with
Yes.
Argyle and Florence. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I think
Okay.
I think the Herald's announcement is enough for him to have something to say.
Okay. And we'll zoom in on that in a second. Maybe it's with Edrich. In a second.
Mhm.
Yeah. He says, I did want to ask you something. He's usually pretty good at this sort of thing, so him stammering a bit is surprising.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably keep this and find a way to use this information to myself. But I did consider him an ally. And his wife. Are the rumors true about Sir Jaren? Has he become a demon in Essex?
I am unsure.
He was lost to us for some time. Until he was sighted once more in Essex. They say he murders man, woman, and child. Spares no Saxon.
Does he?
What's surprising is he abandoned his own castle and his wife. I know not their fate.
Perhaps that is something to look into. I appreciate the information. I shall see what I can find of it.
Do keep me informed. He was someone the men rallied behind here. He's important to hear.
I do
You
so
understand.
for the sake of Jaren. Not for you, Sir Argon.
And do it for Logres. For once.
I do it for the Pendragon.
He spits at the name.
Yeah, and he just kind of looks him in the eye and says, "Well then, farewell, Sir Argon. If there is truly any hope left in this world, that eyesore of a castle of yours shall be burned to the... Good day."
All right, then we'll zoom in on Virgil and Edrich just after the announcement. Virgil, you find Edrich not within the small council of leaders that just met to make that decision.
It would seem that Lord Nanteleod is getting very used to ordering us around already.
He is. In a fashion I can understand it. They all hold titles higher indeed than, well, Baron or Castellan. But on the other, I cannot help but feel a scratching in the back of my mind. This is too clean, too neat. A boon, of course, to be... Sorry about that. A boon, of course, to be sure, but... It has been some time since I have been barred from the decision-making process. Perhaps I have simply grown too used to it. But... it leaves a bad taste in my mouth here and now, particularly when it is a joint effort. What do you feel of the situation?
I feel like this was supposed to be call of the unity. Knights of Logres acting together to push back the Saxons. And while that is still the case, I don't appreciate being used as knights in another man's army.
It is a matter of reality and appearance, it seems. We must make it clear in the next battles to come that we are no mere cudgel to be swung, but allies at the very least. They will see.
Like
They will
someone to
see
make
the
a
knights of...
scene.
Oh, sorry, you go.
If you'd like someone to make a scene, Edrich.
A scene amongst our allies is not necessary. Our capabilities in battle, I feel, will be served better. And indeed, you are the best one to do it. You, Florence, and not me, as of yet. But when the next battle comes, we will outshine their armies and make ourselves vital. We will make it seem as if our absence will lead them to destruction. Though, given the size of our army, that might require some misfortune on their part. Not one that I'm willing to engineer.
I am proud of you, Edrich.
Thank you. It says the person who's 2 years older than you and your direct superior. But I am glad to hear it, as your friend. I take your advice and your warnings seriously, and I am aware that if I were to fall to a let's say, javelin or arrow, or even to a lucky blade, that our armies would be disadvantaged, more so than if I were a frontline knight. I fight for Salisbury, and for all of us, not just for myself. And you were the one to help me understand that.
I think Virgil offers his arm, in like a Dylan, you son of a bitch handshake. And he goes, our houses might not be united through marriage or blood. I was born 3 siblings, just with my own birth. But I have never felt more like I've had a brother.
I'm glad to hear it. And given my family's lack of fecundity, I have had very few who shared my particular ideals. In this case, I agree. We are brothers, in battle and in our enemy's blood.
If there is any silver lining, it is that we will get to spell more together.
Quite so. And I get to avoid that odious duke. I think because Edrich had fairly low courtesy for a long time, but he was always higher courtesy than Duke Corneus.
Yeah, no, Corneus is not known for his courtesy. He's known for his not courtesy, in fact.
Indeed.
And his hate for the church. Those are... Yeah.
Which, I mean, for a guy who's now famously spiritual, God, what a prick. But yeah, I definitely think he returns that handshake. And yes, I've been talking about getting a love/loyalty Virgil for a little while, but I'll be keeping this in mind, because I like the cut of your jib.
Yes, brother.
Okay. The armies are preparing to force march forward. Duke Ulfius approaches the 3 of you.
Internally, so now he wishes to speak to us. Externally, Duke Ulfius.
Your Grace?
What can we do for you? What can Salisbury do for you?
You fulfilled your call to arms in our defense. I will not fault you if you wish to turn and return home. If I understand it, they did breach some of your manors. There are losses to account for. I will not ask or require you to continue with us. You've done what is demanded of you in our alliance, and I respect you for it. The choice is yours.
I think Edrich will say, we have indeed done what the Alliance demands, and per the letter, as such a thing can be applied to it, of the union between your son and the sister of our Earl, I do not believe that we shall leave it here. We have, for the first time in a long time, struck a blow against the invaders, winning a decisive victory. We will not leave you to this, though indeed our homeland may suffer some. I believe our defenders will be strong enough to hold against the raids. But if we join you on this, join our swords and shield together, we can win more than a victory against that of Essex. Assuming, of course, as long as the strategy is sound.
We prepare a home for our future king. Right now, there is no London to return to. They've taken more from us in this time of anarchy than before it. But a few years, we've lost Hantun, Hartford, Hartland. It's more...
Nearly a quarter, sorry.
I have information to share with you. It seems that somehow, some way, Nanteleod's forces have managed to find... And it kind of looks around to make sure everyone else is away. Have managed to find his heir.
The rune intimated as much. It is true, then.
It is hearsay for now. I have my spies looking into it.
Then, as you say, it is a home for our future king that we prepare for. I will not lie here and now. There is a reason why I have sent some support Summerland's way. But, regardless of Nanteleod's claims or beliefs or even intentions, in the short and medium term, we can win a great deal. It is as you say, nigh a fifth of our land has gone to the invaders. No more. We can retake it. Is this why you were so hesitant to make a claim for High Kingship? Because you knew the boy was out there?
I would imagine so. It's why we all hold hesitation. If you think Brassius is any different, then you're mistaken. There's a reason why he does not swear fealty.
Internally, Edric's like, is everyone a secret royalist? I thought we were only 2! 3 if you count the black dog who's going around doing black ops.
Virgil's literally just here, man. He's like, whatever, man. I don't care about any of this.
What's going on?
Are we gonna kill Saxons or?
But Edric will say, then I am glad we are unified in many causes.
We mean to strike a serious blow against Essex. Should we do so, we'll have an opportunity to liberate at least Hartford, if not Hartland as well. I'm afraid...
We can aid the... Oh, sorry.
I'm afraid we may have to settle for a king in Logres for now.
We take what we can get. But if the king is all that has been promised, he will be worthy of far more.
This is the first step. Must be taken.
I must admit that I thought you untrustworthy.
I think Edric looks, thinks back to all of the things that he said, done, and planned, and says, I can understand that. What has changed your tune?
Perhaps just the absence of Merlin. He will pay for taking the boy.
Yes.
I fear the demon is long gone by this point. I almost tried to track him down myself once. I think I got close.
All of this is well and good enough. But Ulfius, Duke, we weren't invited into the planning of the next phase of the assault as Knights of Salisbury. If the Marshal wishes us to continue fighting this fight, I'd gladly give my blade. But Salisbury's not doing it as a subject of anyone just yet. It's high time that this nation of ours found some unity again. If not equals in numbers, equal in spirit and equal in knights.
No marshal sat in on the meeting. If your boy Earl was here, he would have been welcomed.
Hold on a sec.
And Edrich took that personally. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
What? Yeah. At least you're not impassioning.
Yeah. I think Edric's like, yeah, well, I knew it was a noble thing. That's fine. It's the rulers, I guess. Instead of the boy over me.
Pick a child.
Virgil would have said some shit if he had if that had happened.
Yeah.
But yes, I believe Edric nods and says, I understand. But we do move towards unity and strike at the very heart of Essexes. They will splinter as they have before, and in the days of as in the days of yore, they will fall before us.
And with that, you can hear as the armies begin to muster and prepare for the embarkation, the march into Cambridge. Quick check-in. Y'all want another battle or what? Tonight? Or do you want to...
Good to go.
I'm ready for another.
All right. We will take a couple-minute break here. And because we have a couple of armies sharing this, I can't promise that we'll get to the conclusion of the battle. I need to think about that for a minute.
Indeed.
It's possible. We will see. We will see how it goes. I might play it a little fast and loose. But yes, we'll be back. And we'll be seeing the other side of this same battle. Sorry. From another perspective, from Nanteleod's own units. We'll see this on Friday as well. But let's continue.
I am a nobody, a bastard, and I will make sure that I will create no bastard by my name.
Because I, for better or for worse, whether I like it or not, I am no longer a maiden. I am a knight, and I hold true to that.
You protected more than that. You stood by me when others might have let my mistakes be all I really was. You helped me. You saved me. And I'm sorry I couldn't repay that favor 10 times over.
I find it offensive that they do not consider my father the clear and rightful heir.
some interesting stuff came up in the in-between, talking about all of a sudden this other interest in the heir of the Pendragon. And I just want to note a couple of things that are much easier to see when you're the GM and much less easy to track. When Perin saw what he saw in Tintagel, there was one other person who saw that, and it was Ulfius, alongside Uther. If you recall, Perin had a very long conversation with Ulfius there. On top of that, Uther most knew that the boy existed. Most knew that there was an heir to Logres. Sorry. However, he was taken by Merlin, and Merlin became a fugitive as a result of it. Ulfius and Brassius would be on the opposing side. So though they're likely they're probably pro-heir to Uther, they're not probably pro-Merlin.
Well, that Merlin guy sucks anyway. So
Yeah, right. The interesting thing, I was just talking about this with other Pendragon runners, the interesting thing about Merlin is you really could go either way with him as a character. Like, you could really go, fuck that, fuck that meddling piece of shit, I don't like him. Or you could be like, nah, I'm doubling down on this. Okay.
Stop listening to the demons inside your head. You got the wrong heir last time. Why do you think you'll get the right Pendragon this one?
Right? 100%. All right.
yeah, that's one of the things we've talked about before. Is like, I've read a book pretty recently that had a version of like evil Merlin, and after playing this game, I was like, oh, no, that's just Merlin, depending on how you look at it.
Really true.
Like,
yeah. Yeah. Indeed. We have a big debate about that. Yeah. We have a big debate on that coming up in the Excalibur React. So.
Oh, so excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Depending on how you look at it and who's in your, whether or not you're in his way to what glorious purpose he has.
He just told us to follow him and a goat or something and kill a giant and then a four-armed thing, and it was confusing, and he didn't give us any answers, but otherwise it was fine.
I don't think he even paid us.
He pretty much just ignored us the whole time.
Yeah.
Yep. Florence got a black goat out of it. That's about it.
That's true. He's got his best friend, Black Goat.
Florence,
Hey.
the black goat.
I named him something, but I don't remember what I named him.
Right. How dare you? Let's see.
But yes, we know that the guy probably doesn't age backwards, because if so, the first meeting would have been like, oh, fuck you guys. Oh, it's that time, is it?
Well, if it isn't you fuckers.
How's the hand, Perin?
Why is it when something goes wrong, it's always you three?
I don't like your tone, wizard.
Yeah, he only has that
That's
tone because
alright.
usually it's him that gets blamed for that stuff, so he can pass the blame to the other people.
Indeed.
All right, we make for the Battle of Cambridge. This is the Cymry and the Irish under the head command of King Nanteleod, encompassing most of Logres at this point, save for that that's been consumed by the Forest Sauvage and that which borders Cornwall, and all of Gales versus the Saxons of Essex, reinforced by Saxon and Angles, and some Cymry that fight for their new lord.
They really ought to reconsider that within the next minute or so.
Indeed.
If about until we meet face to face to redecide.
Edrich, do you want to make a d20 roll? Just a 20 for me. It's not a skill or anything. Or Thomas, rather, in this case.
Let's do it.
Impassion.
9.
Okay. Things are looking pretty good overall. Your forces clearly outnumber theirs, especially considering the capability of a knight versus their average warrior.
Indeed.
A first charge is called for. Who will be going to heavily engage and who will stay in reserved?
Let's go.
Guys,
Have
I've
we been
so
able to
close.
heal again?
You have not. It's only been like 2 days, 3 days since, so.
You didn't take any damage.
I'm first charging. Let's go.
Guys,
Let's
I've been so
go.
good. Please let me first charge. Go.
No. No.
No, you must be in the back.
Yeah, so technically the Salisbury army is not, we won't say not significant, but it doesn't collapse like it. So if Edrich falls back in Salisbury, that's a big deal because that's then
Correct.
here it's one county amongst a dozen or more. So I won't.
Guys, I'm not that valuable. Let's do this.
I'm just trying to
Correct
tempt
a
Thomas to
second
die.
time.
That's it. That's all I'm trying to do.
Correct a second time, but I will remind you that when we get back home and we don't have a marshal anymore, suddenly this is a problem again.
Indeed.
We'll have to have another tournament.
No.
Never again.
Virgil,
Everyone's like, that'd
Virgil
be really
did not
bad.
have a good time.
All preparing.
Virgil has literally never financially recovered from that, and also he had a bad time at that tournament. He's not doing it.
I think I'm actually going to. I'm gonna roll something. I'm gonna roll my suspicious, and I'm gonna roll my proud, because I'm thinking about that last talk we had, being like, how vital do we want to make ourselves? No, don't slam me. That's a fail on suspicious. That's a failure on proud. I am not being part of the first charge. I don't have something to prove.
Attaboy.
Okay. Noted. So with that, it'll be funny if Edric's score starts going up in proud as he becomes less proud. It'll be like reverse. Okay, so with that, we have 2 heavily engaged, 1 reserved. When you're ready, you can all roll battle for me.
Alright. Impassioning honor. Class.
I'm going to impassion myself here. I'd like to save it for other parts of the battle.
Ooh, 4.
Oh,
yeah,
never
let's do
mind. Critical anyway.
Honor.
But yeah, I think as his proud rating goes up, it's more like the pressure is building, and he's not getting any outlets for it.
Rolled another 1. This is such bogus.
Such bogus.
This is such bogus. Definition.
You guys are gonna have the same encounter, so you guys are gonna be riding. Virgil and Florence will be riding side by side on this one. Interestingly
Oh my god,
enough,
we're bonding. It only took us 10 years to bond.
Yeah.
well, you guys came right out of the gate. The first time we ever saw Virgil on screen was Cornwall, and Florence and Virgil butted heads immediately after Madoc went down. So.
Florence said he didn't want a Virgil. Florence and Virgil.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, legitimately, that first you might be forgetting too, Bob, that right before they rode into battle together, they had a conversation over a campfire that specifically was like, "Oh, Virgil, you're a little freak," and Virgil was like, "You're a coward and a loser." Like,
Yeah.
each other from second one.
Yep.
All right, I need 2d100 from Edrich this time.
Oh, absolutely. 4 and a 20. We're blazing it, boys.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. Ooh, okay.
Death and shitting oneself.
That 20 looks real funny. Oh, 420.
You, from the distance, spy banners that you're familiar with because you've had this guest at your place multiple times. You see the banners of Aetheling's sled.
Where is he? Let me at him. Let me fucking at him. Let me at him. Let me at him.
Bled is where? Is Bled Sussex?
Essex.
Essex. Hey, looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
I am literally riding a horse named after that man right now. Let me go. Let me at him. Let me fucking at him.
Homoeroticism aside, we're ready for this.
Okay.
So Atheling sled of Essex, the people we're riding out there. Okay, that's good. We like that. I think Edrich will make it known, like speaking in the command voice.
This is your, just to make it clear, your knights are already charging. They're already on the front line, so this is not heard by Virgil and Florence. This is your oracle opportunity. That's why you're getting it.
Indeed. Got you. Yeah, is there an opportunity to fucking get them, to kill them?
On the next round, you are, unless you choose to advance last minute into the first charge.
No, not this time, but later, by God. I think Edrich makes note of this, and he can see the battle going that way. The other reserve troops, he will let know that, reservist or not now, there will be a push.
Okay.
Very good.
So that is your oracle opportunity. You get 20 glories. You're ready to move in after the first charge.
Hell yes.
All right. First charge, guys. You both have an encounter as the armies of the United Wales and most of Logres come crashing into this sea of long spears and wild Saxon berserkers. Let's see what you're gonna face. Okay. Cuthbert is Florence's and Bassa is Virgil's. So these are your opponents, good sir.
Alright.
I'm gonna go to camera scene. Hey.
I'm gonna kill this guy.
Alright.
Very likely.
Plus
Very nice.
10 for being impassioned and 1 horse. No. Charging. I don't get a horseman.
Very cool. What's your lance, Liam?
19.
Very nice.
All right. Yes, you're both going to hurt your opponents quite a bit. So the first roll was against Virgil, just because you rolled first, and then the second one was against Florence. In both cases, you're successful. Just give me your damage roll, guys. It's only an encounter, so... Damn you guys.
26.
Which one is which? Oh, that one's Mark, and that one's me. Okay. I'm the blue.
The bled.
Man.
Damn, we're in sync.
Yeah. That should have been horse damage. I guess it doesn't matter because you're the same.
It doesn't for Virgil.
Yeah.
No. He hits like
so that's
a horse.
Virgil's. That's Florence's. Man, you guys aren't having very great rolls here. We're just gonna test their decks first. All right, Virgil, you send your guy to the ground. Florence, your guy stays up, but we'll see if 24 major wounds him or not. 16 plus... his con is 16. And you did, what total? 26?
Yep.
Yeah, that would be a major wound. He stays up. All right, so that answers those questions. Let's see here. Virgil, you're gonna get a total of 25 glory. Florence, you get 20. Both of you take 5 dice of damage threat. First one will be Florence. Take 2 damage.
All right. Not
Virgil,
bad.
4 damage.
4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Could you let me know about the glory one more time? I
Yeah.
missed if it was mentioned.
20 for Florence, 25 for Virgil, I think. That's what I said. Yeah.
Yep.
Because Virgil, you put yours down. You put your opponent on the ground.
Yep.
And yeah, Edrich, you don't suffer any risk of damage where you are right now, but that's probably going to be changing soon. The intensity is going to be rather high here, just to note, as the battle is thick. This is the biggest battle you've participated in since the Battle of Lindsay.
I swear, Thomas, if you get Virgil to tell you that he's proud of you for not fighting on the front lines for literally 1 round of combat, and then you go out there and die immediately after that fighting on the front lines, I'm gonna be pissed.
The plan is not to die. The plan is to win big.
Oh, it would be so thematically appropriate if you died, though, after Virgil just said, you're my
really
brother
would
now.
be. That's exactly why I was like, here is where Edrich will die.
That's some death flag type shit.
I'm gonna go get some chips, but I'm gonna go get some chips, but don't die while I'm gone.
We'll see, won't we?
Alright, give me 76 damage.
77, even better.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That wasn't a
That's
typo.
a lot of 7s.
Yeah. Okay.
Lucky number 7. Since there are 3 7s, you get to re-roll the entire thing and add it again as a jackpot.
Florence, please roll a d20 for me.
Okay. 4.
Okay. We'll start with Edrich. Do you plan to pursue Sled's unit?
Yes. I believe we've got the opportunity. I believe if I can rally our group together, we can crush it quickly, break the morale.
Okay. You are heavily engaged then this round.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, you'll have to make a battle test up front. You'd have to anyway, so.
Indeed. I will impassion myself. This with my exalted passion, love of family, because this is important.
Give me your
Is
first
he dead?
battle roll.
I took 34 damage. My battle roll is a critical,
Okay, and
natural
then-
16.
And then a second battle roll.
Second battle roll, another critical, natural 19, which
Okay.
would have been a crit anyway.
Okay. Florence and Virgil, I need to know if you're heavily engaged or if you're falling back to engage somewhere else.
That depends on one single thing. Can I also see Sled?
No. No,
Okay,
that came
then
from
I'm falling
that came from an opportunity. You might be able to see him this round, right? Like that could come up. It'll depend on battle
Yeah.
and such. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm falling back then.
To encounter or to engage, I mean.
Yes.
Okay.
Just not heavily engaged.
Yeah.
Florence is going to say heavily engaged.
Okay.
Ooh.
He's risking it.
You both can. I need both of you to make a battle test for me.
I would Virgil being the reasonable one here. Come on.
Loyalty, Sword of Victory.
When
Success.
very nice. When I see kings, the monkey on my back gets antsy.
No, this is a pride thing now.
Ooh, 14.
14. Okay. And Virgil, I need your battle test.
Oh boy.
Good catch.
I need to quickly edit a table here.
Looking forward to today there only being one sled left in this world.
Truly, horse sled will outlive human.
Okay. Virgil, you find yourself in a duel with a man named Kinrick from Essex with a great spear.
Oh.
Well, that's a little disappointing, but I'm into it.
I mean, he's not a bad fighter.
Mm-mm. No, it's just not the Kinrick that I wish I was fighting in his great spear.
Yeah,
I know
it's
what you mean.
Kinrick from Essex, not Kinrick from Wessex, you know?
Yeah.
You're messing up.
He'll fight him, but he'll be thinking about other Kinrick the whole time.
Yeah.
123 week.
His name's actually Kimrick.
Why? That's like one of our guys being called Saxon.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, when you're ready, Virgil, we're going with you first here. So you need to decide whether you're impassioning or not, and then you get to make your swing whenever you're ready. Let me know if you're impassioning.
No
though.
impassion. I will be doing sword,
Okay.
and no horse bonus because he's got the great spear.
Yes, correct.
Ugh,
Okay.
not great.
His size is pathetic, which really works in your favor. So,
Yeah.
Okay, so 66 damage. Only a 17. You take one damage from a really shitty roll.
Not bad.
The duel
And
continues.
that's a second minor wound, so I might actually make health back on that.
Nice. Yeah, right? In the 6th edition, they actually... You list out your minor wounds and how much they are, and then you heal those separately, which makes way more sense.
Yeah.
But hopefully the character sheet in Roll20 reflects that. It'd be amazing if it did. Okay, so we move right to round 2 with you, Virgil, because this is a duel.
I'll fuck him up. Let's go. Okay. Oh my god.
I will consult the chat to see if anyone wants to spare Virgil an advantage roll here.
That's so disappointing.
It really is. You're low rolls, man. You're like me.
I've got a 21 in the sword.
I know.
Shit.
It's literally the roll at that point.
Yeah. I don't think. Megan's got it.
We got an advantage coming in. I figured someone would.
Thank you, dearest Megan. Once you figure out how to do it.
All right.
I
Well,
think I forgot. I forgot to be the bank teller for a previous advantage that I think Megan owed, but that's fine because it benefits us.
There we go.
all right. Give us your reroll, Virgil. Make it count. Let's see it.
We got 2 advantages. We'll bank
No,
one.
one of those is me.
No, one of them was Liam.
One of those is me. I was just
Oh,
just
gotcha.
sparing Megan the indignity of having to fumble around and try to figure out how to make Twitch do what they want. All right, here's the second roll. That's just what
One
I
higher.
need.
Yeah.
Hell yes!
Yes!
That's what you
Now
needed. That is what
Now
you needed.
use 12 damage.
Yeah.
20 damage.
That's good.
And he
been worse.
doesn't have much in the way of armor, so that's good. And his size sucks,
And
so
no shield because he's got great spear.
yeah. He falls over on his ass, and he takes
Hell yeah.
15 damage. So he starts
Hell
to
yeah.
climb back to his feet, maybe. Let me see what his major wounds. 17. You did. Yeah, you did 15 damage. So he's gonna try to get back up, Virgil. He's gonna try to get back up and like spear you as he's getting back up, but you have a height advantage from him right now.
Reflexive 5.
Yeah.
All right, better.
That's good, because he only has a 17 minus 5.
That means at best he can tie with me, or crit.
Don't say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if he tied with
Okay, you get the upper hand again.
Nice.
And you take his head off.
Yes.
Okay. All right, in that case, you 12 glory, that went 3 rounds, so another 15 glory.
Tell your gods I'm coming for them next.
27 glory for Virgil. And 4 dice of wounds.
Tell your god Tiwa that I'm coming for you.
14, so doesn't breach your armor or shield. So you are standing tall. All right. Florence, give me 2d100 roll, please.
Alright.
Sorry.
58 and a 63.
The guy at Wolfsbane says you killed the shortest Saxon on the Isle. Yeah, 12. That's it. He really was short. Look at this roll. I don't know if you guys can see this, but if you hover over the sides, it tells you what the roll was for him. He had an 8 plus 2d4 plus 2d2, and his size rolled 8, 1, 1, 1, 1.
All ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really did lose the
Very
genetic
nice.
lottery in that case. So,
The smallest Saxon we have ever seen.
58
It might
and
very well
63.
have been, Trent. It might have been.
That was a child.
That was it.
Somewhere it cuts over to Jaren, and he just gives you a thumbs up from the distance.
Yeah.
Virgil's out here celebrating like, yeah.
Ah, yes. A child
decapitated
has
a
been
child.
slain. I'm just imagining like the Dark Souls font child slain.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Yes, and I killed the last one who said otherwise.
I have yet to meet a man who can outsmart the sword.
Florence, you see an opponent that is clearly a Kimri noble, probably worth some value. Probably a great manor lord, given his chainmail and his fancy appeal out here. Probably someone that was propped up by Essex to be, the new Huntland and Hartland before the Angles took it over. Because the Angles kind of conquered this area, and then it's kind of just been left, to exist. I'm going to roll an Ilchester Knight for this.
Alright.
We're going to say he's old. With that 9 strength.
Look at him, he's a gymnast.
Yeah, right? All right.
Florence rides towards him. Go ahead.
Your choice on this one. You can fight valorously, you can fight recklessly, or you can fight prudently. That's the number of rounds you're committing to it, which means if it goes sideways, he can continue for that number of rounds against you.
Absolutely. I think he will... What was the middle ground one again?
Valorously.
Valorously. I think he'd fight valorously, but he's going to use his first turn to attempt to talk him down. Because this is a fellow Kimry. If he can. I mean, if he just kind of comes out.
No, I dig it. Yeah. You want to take the role play route. That doesn't happen that often. Yep. So, how do you appeal to him? Sorry,
I'm just watching Lily bite at Thomas's face.
I missed it. I looked away.
He goes, Sir Knight, do not think your own people have forgotten you. I recognize your shield arm, how you hold yourself. You are not one of these invaders. It is time for you to return home. To side with those who have returned to liberate what is ours. Join us, countrymen, and we will return our home to its rightful place.
Give me an orate test.
Alright. He's going to impassion. Would I be able to do loyalty vassals? As Florence kind of looks at this man as a countryman and probably looking much like many of the... No, okay.
No, I feel you. But probably one of your other ones would do better. Vassals has to be for your own subjects.
Right, that makes...
Yeah.
I think in this case, this is someone that... No, I don't think I have anything that I haven't used already. So I'll just roll straight.
You could make hospitality test.
Could I do hospitality?
You're offering him a chance to not fight you on the field of battle. It's like the only time I can think of making a hospitality roll in battle is when you're choosing when you're choosing not to battle.
There's a one, but...
Okay, so there's a likelihood this will turn into battle. We'll see what he rolls.
Yeah.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Oh, that's just a bad roll. 12.
Oh, that's better than him. He's just rolling Loyalty Lord flat. That's what you're contesting. So,
cool.
You hype this man up.
He looks at the Saxons around him, and he says, I do not break my oath lightly. And with that, he pulls his spear to the side and stabs one of them in the throat. And then they start to swarm him. You're not sure what his outcome's going to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will give you... Let's see. That's worth... Hold on. It's worth...
Die with honor.
Yeah. That's worth...
That's a good amount of glory. Like, convinced a person to switch sides mid-battle.
Yeah. I'm going to go with 25 glory total. So 15 for the Oracle opportunity and then 10 for the success. And then... not enough collateral damage to wound you. And then you can tick honor.
Honor? Could I also tick merciful?
Yeah.
Or forgiving? I tick forgiving.
One of the other. Yeah.
Alright.
Can't be
I
both.
will tick forgiving because I already have ticked merciful.
Both would apply there. Okay. That brings us to Edrich.
That's me.
Okay. You rolled a 20.
I did.
You crash into the back lines of Sled's unit. I need you to make... you'll be contesting 2 opponents as you crash in here. Neither of which are Sled directly. Depending on that, and then we go from there.
Alright. Alrighty. Oh, pretty racist.
Are you
Guys are
impassioned?
pretty racist.
I am impassioned.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a crit on him.
Yeah. So he's gonna be plus 10. The other guy's gonna be a plus 5. How do you want to split?
Well,
you know what? Just split as you will. First roll is first guy. Second roll is second guy.
Yeah. Are any of these unmounted?
The Great Spearman for sure is. Same rule applies. The Swordsman is unmounted.
Got you. In that case, I think I'm going to. I've got 27, and I've got a. I'm going to put 5 towards the swordsman, and I'm going to put 22 towards the spearman.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna do 10 towards the swordsman and 17 to the spearman. So let's do this. Plus 15, 10 plus 15 is this. That's the swordsman.
Yep.
And I just have a 10 and 17 plus 10, so I'm rolling this flat. Ooh, bad roll there.
Ooh.
Oh no!
So your first roll, do your damage and your crit damage.
Let's do it. Oh, this could be nasty.
Oh, Thomas.
Damage 18 of 24 there. Oh, I have an advantage redeemed for my swordiness.
Okay, go for it.
I get a crit.
Yeah, let's see. What was the thing I was rolling? I was rolling it flat because 17 plus 2. Come on. Yeah. Another crit.
Okay.
This
Hey.
equal to his roll.
Okay. You both are
Thank
going
you
to deal.
so much, Rebecca. You have saved my life.
You both deal normal damage to each other.
Indeed.
Minus shield.
That is... well, he doesn't have a shield, so that is 12 damage to him. 3 to me.
No, minus your shield as well.
Minus your shield, so it's
Oh,
9.
minus shield. Okay. That minus 6? 13. I might be unconscious.
Do you have to test? So how much health do you have back?
I had 17. I now have 4.
Okay. Yes. You are under your unconscious number.
That is right.
Okay. Do you want to do the honors and roll your d6 as you fall off the horse?
I would. Let's do
There's
this.
a possibility this could be the end.
There is. There is. Ah, curse that critty man. Let's do this. Six.
Oh.
Is that minus 2?
Yep, minus 2.
Not impossible. Right? Not impossible to survive. Yeah.
Yes, I'm still fine-ish.
Yeah.
Or rather, well, not fine-ish at all, but it is possible to come back
You're
from
in the
this
danger
with
zone.
surgery. I'm in the danger zone, and in a dangerous zone as well.
Who could have possibly predicted this?
None of that. Well, I didn't think this guy would be so passionate about the whole thing.
Who could have possibly predicted that you would be in this much danger if you charged into battle?
Not me.
If only someone said it sooner. If only
Exactly.
someone was there to tell Edrich.
No one warned me.
Honestly, narratively, great for Virgil's storyline if Edrich dies right now.
Oh, indeed.
That's gonna give him such things to think about and reflect from.
Yes.
All right. This time, Liam, this will be the last round we play tonight. I need you to roll a d20, just flat.
All right. That's a 10.
Okay. I want to know how Florence and Virgil are positioning.
Do we see
I'm in a
Edrich
good
go down?
I don't think so. You know what? I'm going to give you battle tests against the tides of battle, or against the intensity, which is currently a 16. So if you get a battle, if you can beat a 16 with your battle, then you see that Edrich has fallen. Otherwise, you're so
Not
thick.
going to be impassioned.
Oh, god
Yeah,
damn
he's
it.
not going to be impassioned because he doesn't know what he's looking out for. 13?
Nope. Intensity
Yeah.
is 16. So keep in mind, Edric's not alone. He just doesn't have you guys. Now, that isn't your only way. Now you get to decide how you're going to fight, and it's possible through an opportunity that you might have a chance to find that out, right? So,
Yeah.
Regular engaged.
Yeah. Florence is going to move to engage.
okay, both of you are engaged. You can both give me your battle rolls, please.
He will impassion this. Love of family. Sash.
Man, you'd be we need to get you back to rolling your impassioned, Virgil. You would have so many successes tonight if you're impassioning.
I am so terrified of.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now that I'm so terrified of leaving the battle.
You don't fumble all that often, though, do you? You tend to fail.
I do
low
with
roll.
passions.
I do with passions.
Did a lot. That's why his honor went from like 19 to 15.
Listen, your description of failing or fumbling often, you guys aren't my only game, okay? Like you want to talk fumbles. Let's talk to Lassam Bruja because he'll tell you about some fumbles. So, okay. So that's a failure and then an 18. Engaged with it still being in a tide. There is an oracle opportunity, and the failure will be an encounter for Virgil. So we're gonna start with the encounter, Virgil. You're fighting a man named Horsa, but not the Horsa. He has a battle axe.
I fought Kinrick while I had a Horsa, and I'm fighting a Horsa while I've got a Kinrick.
Horsa has a seed. It's named Mana.
Yeah, yeah. He is on. Hold on. Yeah, battle axe, not great axe. Yeah, he is on horseback right now.
Ooh. All right, let's fuck this guy up. Well,
I should clarify too. Are you looking to fight prudently, valorously, or recklessly?
Oh, is that different from the engaged?
Yes.
Not
Yeah.
fully engaged.
Yeah.
Oh.
For an encounter, you guys have been rolling duels and shit most of the time, so that's why we haven't come up.
Prudently.
Okay.
I think that's the first time.
For Virgil? Yeah, it is.
Ooh, okay, hold on. 19 plus 13. 32 divided by 5.
Oh.
That's all right.
What does that put you
Is
at?
that minus 16?
28 minus 16.
Is that minus 16? Okay. 12. I am down and unconscious.
Okay.
2, 3, 4,
Oh no,
5, 6,
things are
7, 8,
turning.
9, 10, 11,
Do you want
12.
How much health do you have left? Because you got to fall off a horse
5.
still. Okay,
I
roll
have
a D.
5.
Do you want to roll a D6 or you want me to roll the D6?
I'll roll a d6.
Okay. Okay, you are not under threat of death to the same degree that Edrich is. Make a note. Horse of the Angles might be someone that you want to get vengeance on.
Oh yeah.
We've got a couple of these going on.
You guys have been fighting, like, to be fair to you guys, you're fighting extended battles. Like, this is not ideal. Even that wouldn't have really been a major threat to Virgil. Virgil wasn't already half hit points coming into this.
Correct.
Like,
That would have been no issue at all, honestly.
Yeah. All right, 2d100 for
All right.
for the Oracle opportunity.
We are at the behest of the
They're
Oracle.
82 and 56.
Okay. You are fighting side by side with Erwin right now, and it comes to your realization that you can't spot Edrich and the banners. I need you to you can make a battle test or a heraldry test. You still got to beat that 16 to do so.
Yes. I am still impassioned, though. So... Oh, they're both the same. Do battle. Nope.
Oh. Does anyone... I'll just leave it for a second to see if anyone wants to give you advantage on this. I don't think you've had an advantage thrown your way yet.
Not yet.
Right. I'll give it 1 minute. And if no advantage comes in, then we ride.
We'll move on, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I give you advantage?
No, you're in the
No, we
scene.
can't.
Yeah, I
No.
know. I know.
Yeah, you guys might be... You might be shit out of luck. We shall see. We shall see.
I have 44,000 channel points.
Yeah.
I have 114,000.
Everyone's trying for you guys. They are trying. They're digging deep.
The dice
Yeah.
want cinema.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't.
The dice do
Are we
want
allowed? Are guests allowed to redeem twice?
There's a limit based on the system, so it'll tell them
Oh, gotcha.
if they can, they can. If they can't,
If it says you
Oh,
can, you can.
yeah.
Okay, try it. Nope.
Yeah, I think there's a cooldown set
I
on
think
magic.
that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Just
think we're
want
about
it
at the
known.
minute mark.
Yeah. I want it known that I came very close.
okay. Florence, you do not spy the banners of Edrich. You can tell that the battle overall is still holding strong for your side, but you fear the worst for Edrich. Unfortunately, being in engaged doesn't leave you much in the way of an opportunity to find out more.
Yeah. I think he's just going to rally those around him and like keep trying to get them put forward. Basically doing what Edrich would be doing. But you can't see Edrich, so he's gonna be
I think that's fair. You're gonna try and rally some Salisbury. I mean, this isn't your first rodeo. This literally happened at the Bourne River.
Exactly. Yeah.
Give me a battle roll.
All right, battle roll +5.
Okay.
Oh, 9.
You don't need
It's a success, but
you don't need to beat a number for that. You just need to succeed. So, men gather with you, and they push into heavily engaged. And with that, you see some of Edric's closest fighters falling on the battlefield. As you step over a body, you see Blackwin of Newton Manor, the Saxon, the Saxon supporter of Sir Jareth and Sir Jaren, the husband of Jareth's and Jaren's sister, Lady Sarah. He lies dead on the battlefield. Give me an awareness test.
Eight success.
You see Virgil.
Yeah. Florence is going to attempt to retrieve him. Pull his ass out of the fire.
You in this round have to fight Horsa on horse because he is trying to take Virgil captive.
On horse.
Horse on horsa.
Yeah.
He's actually riding piggyback on another guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The horse is actually riding him.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got the horse on his
with
back.
that size fucking 19, who knows? Yeah.
Eat shit, fall off your horse.
All right. When you're ready, sir. He will not be impassioning regardless because he is not prepared for you.
Alright. Spear +5.
He is on horse.
He has a great... he's on horse, so yeah, I don't get the extra bonus. So yeah, just the impassion. Let's go!
Yes.
Critical!
Okay.
Holy shit.
That'll do
30.
it.
Very good.
30.
Yeah. I think it will anyways. Hold on. 36. He's got 11. 25.
Ow.
Okay, he manages to like stay on his horse, but you can see he's like wounded and he starts to retreat. Like he clearly doesn't want anything to do with continuing this against you, leaving Virgil alone at that point. So you get to add another 30 glory to your sheet.
We are getting a lot of glory this time, so when my child comes of age, he's gonna have a bunch.
In 25 years.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Well, with that, things come to a close, or a pause, rather, and we see where they come from here.
Indeed.
Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and close out the session, guys.
Ah, that's such a cliffhanger.
Yep. Some of this will depend also on what Friday does with some of this, so we shall see.
Friday, they do their first charge, and they accidentally trample Thomas's unconscious corpse on the battlefield.
Okay, let's do some outros, guys, and then I will get us a raid going here.
Absolutely.
Thomas, you can go first. Yeah.
Yeah. My name is Thomas, and I have been Edrich, Marshal of Salisbury, and we'll see how long that lasts. I thought I could get it. I really could. And I want to say a special thank you to Rebecca for that advantage, because if I didn't get it, I would have gotten a bunch of crit damage, and I'd be on minus 20 health or something. So it was definitely very helpful. That said, Nanty boys, save me!
All right. Mark.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. I was just checking out our handy dandy Discord. By the way, did you know we have a Discord? Come check us out. Lots of fun things on there, such as memes, cat pictures, dog pictures, and of course, shit posting, as always. As well as reminders on whenever we go live. I have been Mark, aka the Cat's Meow, and I also run a stream. I run a Vampire Dark Ages stream called Isle of the Damned, which actually will be live tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. AST. So join us there if you like some vampire-y fun. You can also check out the Twitch, the YouTube channel, all of which links can be provided within chat somewhere, or you can find it on the Discord. I hope you've all enjoyed. I hope you're excited for what's going to come next. Also, keep a check out because there may be an open Pendragon stream tomorrow. I think. I don't know if it was.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the idea that there is. So join us for Anarchy in London if it's on. We'll see you there.
Okay. Liam.
You know, every time that Mark does that, there's a moment just before where I just like, I know that he's gonna do it. I remember that he's gonna do it. I'm fully prepared for it. And then just the second before he does it, it seems like he wipes my brain and I go blank for a second so that when he does do it, it always catches me off guard. Hi, everybody. I'm Liam. I am played Sir Virgil of Durnford, the finest of Salisbury Knights. Florence said so. I had a wonderful time as always. I'm gonna be sitting on the edge of my seat all week about this. We also have a little show that we do. We do a podcast called On with the Motley. We've got a new episode coming out in the next couple of weeks. We take a friend of ours who is unfamiliar with a subject that we're passionate about and explain it to them dramatically. It's a super fun time. We love it a lot. Our first episode's on Doctor Doom. Our second episode is on Greek tragedy, Greek sagas. And our third episode's going to be on the Ancient Mariners rhyme and a few of its musical adaptations. So super fun. They're all great. It's a great show. Come check it out. That's On with the Motley on YouTube, Spotify, podcasts, etc.
Excellent. And I'm Bob. I run this and a whole bunch of other Pendragon stuff here. We're going to go ahead and raid out tonight to Ink and Lear. And we'll see if they're still going, though. I have a feeling they're going to exit too. I'm going to try to beat that and make this happen. If you can kindly join us, there is a new raid emoji. Please use it and don't be sparing with it as you span the raid. Here we go. We're raiding out in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we'll see you next week. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.